Frozen embryos are the same thing as actual children, right? Well, that's what the Supreme Court of Alabama thinks. The decision means that 3 couples whose eggs were accidentally destroyed in 2021 can now sue the IVF clinic for wrongful death. Oh, and did we mention that the judge went so far as to quote the Bible to defend this decision? Listen to this. It is if the people of Alabama took what was spoken of the prophet Jeremiah and applied it to every unborn person in this state. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctified you. Jeremiah 1:5. This decision could seriously change the game for couples freezing fertilized eggs or pursuing IVF treatment in the state. Let's back up. This ruling addressed a case called the Page vs. Mobile Infirmary Clinic, Inc. Basically, a patient wandered into the cryogenic nursery at an IVF clinic, took out and accidentally dropped a tray of frozen embryos, destroying them. The affected clients then said that they were victims of wrongful death for the loss of their embryonic children. The suit was dismissed in a lower court, but the Supreme Court of Alabama upheld that unborn children are children, and that frozen embryos should get the same protections as fertilized eggs in the womb. And while this was understandably traumatic for the couples impacted, this decision seems to ignore some of the fundamentals about how IVF and egg freezing even work in the first place. When possible, a clinic makes multiple embryos for patients to give them the best chance at pregnancy. But that means by nature of this practice, there can be leftover embryos if a pregnancy occurs. Under this ruling, disposing of them could make a parent or clinic liable. Not to mention the increased risk of wrongful death lawsuits could mean more fertility clinics shut down or relocate. The Center for Reproductive Rights also warned that the decision could make IVF more expensive. The ruling didn't exactly make it clear if the destruction of embryos would be allowed. It's a bit of a sticking point considering that some of the clinic's clients had contracts that would allow for frozen embryos to be destroyed or donated to research after 5 years. But if you take a hard and fast stance that human life cannot be wrongfully destroyed without incurring the wrath of a holy God, like Court Chief Justice Tom Parker said, we're not sure how you put a timeline on that.